Welcome, folks. I'm Ivy Rivera, psychic medium. I'm a Taino Airwalk and owner of a school called the Ivy League Psychic Academy, as well as an empathic educator. For a full list of classes, you can go to the website in the bio to check out a full list of free mini classes. You can go to the playlist here on YouTube. Welcome to tonight's class, The Struggles and Honor of Doing Lightwork. This is going to be really helpful for any of you that are into energy work, if you're an empath, if you're a healer, if you're a light worker, or if you just enjoy helping people. I encourage everyone to post your questions and comments below. This is a live interactive feed, so I'll be answering those here. I also want to encourage you guys to give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, donate, and hit that join button if you want to become a member. For those of us called in our life contract to do light work, we understand that it's a never-ending cycle of growth and hardship that is often difficult to maintain. We are anointed with healing ability, but that requires that we hold ourselves to a higher ethical code, moral compass at all times, while others seem to be allowed to just float on by without using their good conscience. So the demands of our lifestyle are a lot higher. We also face certain struggles and tests that the average person does not, and I'm going to be breaking that down here today. I also want to talk about the honor that comes with staying the good course, fighting the good fight, and the benefits that we receive that others simply won't. Before I break down the 6 different key areas that we struggle and have great honor, I want to encourage you guys to check out a few other classes in the playlist that will help you to grow and develop afterward. How to check your ego, the still small voice, stay in your lane, emotion versus intuition, fighting the dark, and shadow work. Number 1, fighting the dark. Part of doing light work is understanding that you are offending the dark energies in the universe. We are in a constant battle that will often feel like direct attacks, blocks and obstacles, and chronic tests. We're more prone to getting attacked from the inside of our tribe. So family members, loved ones, co-workers, acquaintances, people may come at you and try to earn your trust, or you may be born into a system or have gotten comfortable in a certain community that allows you to be open and susceptible to attack. One of the key things I talk about in the Fighting the Dark class is that we need to remain vigilant at all times, diligent to analyze others around us and their actions and choices, asking whether or not they're mindful, owning their energy, and if they're coming from a high energy or a lower, darker energy. We will be affected. In addition to this, lightworkers level up more than the average person. So your life contract is full of huge jumps, which is an amazing thing. It is part of the honor, but it is also full of tests and obstacles that can shake you to the core, make you double-minded, or think that you have bad karma. You're being punished in some way. We have to remember, with every new level, there's a new devil. Every time the bus stops, somebody's got to get off. In order for a new door to open, another door has to close. We just tend to go through this all the time. Another key thing we have to watch for in fighting the dark is understanding that we're called to do big things. And if it's going to put a real dent, if it's going to punch negative energy in the universe right in the face, it's going to come with blocks. So seeing things like tires on the vehicle always being flat, the bank account chronically being drained, other health issues or chaotic problems in our relationships or our circumstances are common, because if your energy is going to repairing those things, replacing those things, correcting those areas, then your attention and focus isn't put on the work that you're supposed to be doing and what you're building. What's the honor in this? Well, if we look at leveling up in the universe, any major level up is of huge karmic benefit to us. So we have the opportunity to get paid out in a bigger way than we ever would otherwise. It's very much like saying you reap what you sow and double for your trouble. This is a law of the universe. In addition, we have the honor, when we are staying our course, of tapping into manifestation, law of attraction. And as a healer, it's a great honor to serve under the angels. Saint Michael the Archangel in particular. You may even be able to look at your astrology or your numerology and see what archangel you work under. So this is something that is not going to happen for the average person on a typical journey. This is a layer of protection, adventure, excitement, power, and healing ability that remains untapped in the mainstream. Struggle number 2. It's a thankless job, but somebody's got to do it. It's a long, dirty journey without much gratitude given, but we have to remember that if we're called to do it, we can tap into the supernatural strength that the universe provides to accomplish the task. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're talking to a rock or hitting a brick wall. People want to hear what they think is going to be easy, bring them instant gratification, and not call for any heavy lifting whatsoever. It's important to remember and not waste too much energy on those particular individuals because they didn't actually come to grow. Staying in your lane will help you to use discernment to conserve your energy. Make sure you're not enabling bringing negative karmic kickback onto yourself, but instead placing your time and attention, thought, and effort on who you should be. When I do these mini classes as a live, I find that people will listen to the curriculum on the topic itself, and then when I get to the how-to part, how to fix it, tasks that you have to apply to your life to better and get yourself out of that situation, I will see a huge drop in viewers. But I make sure I show up anyways. We cannot focus on what they do with the information given. And we have to understand that only certain people are really going to use it, or not everyone's ready at the time. It will be there later like a gift laid at their feet. Your job is to do your part and then detach yourself from the results. Never allow your ego to get involved and take over your purpose. It's important to say it is an honor to serve the light, and that's where my focus will stay. Number 3. There are many twists and turns to stay on your true path in light work. There are zigs and zags. Things that you work on could be put up on a shelf for many years and then revisited later. We don't really understand or receive the full picture or direction. We have to step out in blind faith all the time, knowing that Spirit has guided us. Our intuition and gut, the universe is telling us what to do next, but you don't know exactly where it's going to lead or if it's going to lead anywhere at all this time. This can, of course, become really frustrating if you've spent countless hours, effort, years even, working on a project that then seems completely irrelevant in the scheme of your life. You are then turned to redirect in another way and start working on something from scratch. What we need to remember is that we are still fulfilling ultimately what our path is, if that path is being of service to the light. And if it is something that you were called to do, there's no such thing as a loss. It's important to remember that you're not God, that it isn't your job to piece it all together. Put one foot in front of the other. Trust and have faith that your prosperity will be there. And remember that prosperity doesn't always come in some type of financial payout. It's in relationships. It's in synchronicities. It's in opportunities. And we also need to keep in mind that Rome wasn't built in a day. And ultimately, it will all make sense in the end. We may be disgruntled or overlooking them, but the honor to doing this work in the meantime is receiving huge blessings and benefits, having good luck and really good karma. We are taken care of as we do what we're called to do. In addition, any mistakes that you did make will be put to good use. Somehow, the universe takes these things and manipulates them into this miraculous payout for yourself and for others. Number 4, there's a tremendous amount of growth that's required for a lightworker to continue on that path. And it's a slow moving, gradual process. It's often highly confusing and can regularly feel as though nothing is occurring at all. It's important not to compare yourself to others or to even compete with yourself while you look at your future and you have goals for where you want to be developmentally. It's best to look back and say, wow, look at how far I have come. It's an honor to grow. It's an honor to be such a part of the universal scheme of things and God's attention on you, that you are constantly being called to do better, to stretch more, to give more, to learn more. And we need to embrace it and get comfortable being uncomfortable. Number 5, lightworkers go through an excessive amount of detoxing. This means that on a regular basis, we have to cleanse. We have to let go of work, friendships, lovers, all kinds of situations that we've invested time and energy in. We can find ourselves in a constant state of worry that whatever or whoever we get involved in may not last very long. In addition, because we have such a growth mindset and the universe is using us so frequently to level up, at every new level, you have to release. So it is a reality that your growth at a faster pace than everyone else around you is going to call for a lot of alone time, for a lot of self-reflection, and a willingness to be honest about others who just can't keep up. That's not their path, that's not their journey, and that isn't judgment, it's just reality. It's also important to understand and get educated on contracts. See my classes up on the website about life contracts, karmic contracts, soulmate contracts. When we work with other people, whether we get attached to the situation itself or we get attached to the relationship, the individual, it's going to be painful when that contract is up. But that's okay. Release it. The great honor in being part of that level of change is that Spirit is always there to keep you company, to never allow you to get lonely. There's a huge difference between being alone and being lonely. So turn to Spirit, turn to your guides, turn to your ancestors, turn to the animals that show up on your doorstep and allow for the healing process to take place. But don't stifle it by staying attached to people and situations that have to go. And get ready for the new, because lightworkers are on a different system. Every time one door shuts, 6 more open. And every time you lose someone, 6 more people show up from your tribe. And last but not least, number 6. As you mature, you lose that spiritual feeling, those great emotions, that rush that you get from Spirit and the universe or being on path. You can feel confused. And becoming overly logical or worried that you're detached or on the wrong path in some way can actually lead you to digress. chronically asking yourself, did Spirit really tell me to do this? Am I definitely following my intuition? How do I know it's not me? I feel like I'm on the wrong path. This can destroy you as a light worker. The solution is to stop asking. The solution is to remember that you were told and that you are going the right way and are mature. So you don't constantly need little cookies from the universe to treat you like a child and remind you of what you need to do. If Spirit hasn't told you to do anything else, keep doing the last thing you were told to do and stop analyzing it to death. Once you master this, the honor in it is exactly that. It's an honor to be an elder. It's an honor to be mature. It's an honor to be such a graduated light worker that you can train others up under you to do the same, accomplish more, and ultimately bring that powerful healing to the universe.